When I look back at the many years I've been lifting weights, as of right now, there's one lesson that stands out that I learned over my fitness journey as being more important above all of the others. And no, I'm not saying that as some kind of clickbait. In this video, while showing you footage of my latest gym workout, I'm going to do my best to share and articulate exactly what that lesson is. In all honesty, it comes from a topic that I don't typically talk about on this channel, and it might come as a bit of a shock. Before we get started, if you find the video to be helpful or enjoyable, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel. It really helps me out. Okay, let's dive in. When I first started working out as a 12-year-old, I was doing so in an attempt to chase something. At a surface level, I was chasing a muscular, superhero-like physique, and I was chasing strength. I wanted to be strong, stronger and more muscular than the others around me. At a deeper level, I was chasing a superhero-like physique for the purposes of feeling more confident, to set myself apart from everyone else, and essentially to feel special. I mean feel special the way that Neo from The Matrix, Aragorn from The Lord of the Rings, or Luke Skywalker from Star Wars was special. I was craving that kind of epic protagonist kind of special. And to take one step even deeper, I was chasing all of that because, although I didn't really realize it, that's what I felt was the key for me to fill this kind of empty space in me, or perhaps to find this state of perpetual happiness. See, that's what it really boiled down to in retrospect, happiness. So I kept chasing. I've done numerous bodybuilding preps and competition at this point, accomplishing a fairly wide variety of placings from 6th place to 1st place, which happened at my first ever competition. Even now, I'm super deep into my 5th prep, which will lead me into my 2026 competitive season with having the intention of bringing my best ever physique to the stage. But even so, I'm approaching this prep in a way that's different than the ones that came before it, and different than the way I was chasing just getting a better physique across the years prior to that. Different how? From having different motivations, which are stemming from the lesson that I've learned and that I'm continuing to learn and experience in an ever-growing level of depth. So, just what is the lesson? It's that chasing a better, more muscular, stronger physique and winning competitions in an attempt to set myself apart from others and feel special won't put me in a perpetual or perfect state of happiness. Sure, accomplishing those goals will leave me with some acute, fleeting joy along the way, but not the kind of perfect, permanent happiness that I've felt myself pulled towards. What I've realized is that I've been trying to use my physique goals and competitive bodybuilding goals to fill that kind of missing piece inside of me. There's just no way that any kind of physical improvements or competitive wins could fill that void. Not completely, not even close. Now, I know sharing this might not be something you would expect would come from a physique coach and active, competitive, natural bodybuilder. My career revolves around fitness. I help people accomplish their fitness goals, and I do love it. But I would be lying if I told you that accomplishing your fitness goals is the key to unlocking perfect happiness or filling that unfilled void inside of you, because it won't. Now, don't get me wrong here. Improving your physique, whether that be with the intention of building a superhero-like body, placing high in natural bodybuilding competitions, or simply becoming healthier to live a longer, more comfortable life, is all good. And it can all play a part in leading to more overall happiness, let's say. It wouldn't be the root of acquired happiness, though, or fill the void where it's missing. Rather, I think the best way to articulate it is that it would act as a source of supplementary satisfaction, fulfillment, and meaning, which can play a role in helping to fill the emptiness void. I'm going to elaborate on that in just a minute. But first, I'm going to share with you what I've learned are the contexts of accomplishing your fitness goals that will really not help at all. Here they are. First, improving your physique with the intention of comparatively looking better than everyone else. And second, improving your physique with the intention of looking good to an excessive degree. A quick note on that latter one. Looking stronger, leaner, and healthier is something that I believe is good, and that it's even ideal. The problem is when focusing on how you look becomes overly prideful to the point of kind of becoming disordered. I know that last point might come contrary to what the fitness industry really promotes and reinforces. Being super muscular, lean, and strong is practically glorified nowadays. Ironically, revolving your focus around either of those motivation approaches to fitness, both when it comes to intending to comparatively look better than others and when it comes to fixating on how you look to an excessive degree, could very well lead to the opposite of happiness. How could it do the opposite, you ask? Well, if you're anything like me, when it comes to aiming to look better than those around you, you'll be left feeling like you're constantly falling short. And falling short, very well, could leave you with an ongoing feeling of dissatisfaction rather than happiness. There's always someone who will be more muscular, stronger, and just have a better physique in some way or another compared to you. And there's always going to be more muscle you can build or more improvements you can accomplish to make your physique look better. For that reason, you could never truly get to the point of perfect satisfaction or happiness. For argument's sake, let's say you do develop the absolute best physique out of everyone else around you and even reach your own personal genetic potential. Even if that were the case, and it could be possible, you would likely be left feeling kind of stressed and uncomfortable at the prospect of someone else still getting ahead of you, or from the prospect of your own physique starting to fall short or even deteriorate, which at some point it inevitably will. That could lead to a decent amount of underlying, lingering stress and pressure under the surface. No, accomplishing a great physique from any kind of comparative sense won't lead to any kind of perfect happiness. I found that all of that is exemplified perfectly in the context of using competitive natural bodybuilding as a means of finding perfect happiness too. Winning a show, for example, will feel good in the moment, definitely, and will undoubtedly be rewarding. That rewarding sensation will not only be fleeting though, but almost certainly be followed by a hunger to chase more wins, defend your title or titles, or pursue some other goal in hopes of filling the happiness void. And when it comes to the second motivation, aiming to look good to the point of being excessive, disordered, or overly prideful, that won't lead to true happiness either. Why? Well, simply put, because the more you set your attention inward, the more likely you are to feel unhappy, if anything else. That all being said, here's how working towards your fitness or physique goals can be helpful in a supplementary kind of way to fill the happiness void inside of you. By having a stronger, more muscular, leaner, and healthier body, you will be more able to help, service, and be there for others, like for your spouse, parents, kids, community, colleagues, and so on. See, what I've learned is that a good first place to start when it comes to becoming genuinely happier is to actually start thinking about myself much less. And that includes things like hyper-focusing on my own surface-level fitness goals, like building muscle and winning competitions. Rather, happiness is more likely to be found from focusing your attention much more on the people around you, instead of on yourself and your own accomplishments. I'm talking about turning your ego inside out. In knowing that, I've learned that you can shift your approach to accomplishing your fitness goals accordingly in a way that leads you closer to filling the happiness void. By having a leaner, stronger, healthier physique, you'll have the physical and mental capacity to service those around you at your best. And that is where filling that internal void can begin to happen. I need to make a note in saying that as I share all of this, I don't intend to do so as if I'm some kind of perfect person and I'm always thinking outwardly to others and not inward toward myself in any kind of disordered way. No, definitely not. I'm still very much a work in progress in regard to that myself, but understanding these concepts seems to be helping me out a lot. Now, here's something super important. I've learned that focusing your attention on serving others is just the first of 2 steps to understanding how and working towards reaching the highest level of perpetual happiness possible. There is a second, significantly more important step that comes after. But for the purposes of this video, I'm going to leave it at just this first step. It's a great first place to start. Honestly, learning that building my physique to develop my ego could never make me perfectly happy is something that I don't think I could have fully comprehended or understood as a younger person. It's something I've learned from many years of personal experience and from others who are far smarter and wiser than me. Funny enough, I don't think I fully realized that that was my underlying motivation as a younger lifter too. If someone would have asked me, "Why do you lift weights?" I guarantee I wouldn't have answered that it was to fill a missing void of happiness inside of me. That realization has definitely come in hindsight. My hope in sharing this lesson with you is that even if it doesn't fully manifest itself with you immediately, it at least becomes something you think about a little bit. And in time, it might be something that has an infinitely profound impact on you, the same way it has and currently is having on me now. And there you have it. The most important lesson that I've learned from the 20 years that I've been lifting weights is that building my physique, developing it, is not the secret or the key to finding this perfect state of happiness that I, and I think so many others, are deeply yearning for. Rather, a better place to start looking is through focusing your attention on helping and serving others and using your developed physique, your stronger, healthier, leaner body to do that. And that is how accomplishing your fitness goals can be a means of getting closer to the most amount of happiness that you could possibly experience. I'd love to know your feedback on this. Feel free to drop your comments, insights, personal experiences, and questions below. Before this video comes to a close, I want to quickly let you know about the work that I do. When I'm not making YouTube videos, recording podcast episodes, or making Instagram content, I work full-time as an online physique coach, where I help my clients to accomplish their muscle growth and fat loss goals by optimizing their approach to strength training and nutrition, and I coach them through the process. I've been doing this work for over 7 years and love helping my clients to not only transform their bodies, but ultimately their lives. If you've been considering getting some help with accomplishing your own physique goals, feel free to hit the link in the description below, where you can learn a little bit more about the work that I do and how I can help you. You can even use that link to schedule a free video consultation with me. If you have any questions about my coaching or how I can help you, just email me at sam@jadeathletics.ca. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.